Hi everyone and welcome to TWF Dynamite. I am Jim Ross here with Edward Collins and with Taz. And today on Dynamite we're going to see what's been going on between Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee and Nikki Cross, who are now the new TWF Women Team winners since Monday Night Raw last Monday. You read about that? Edward Collins says Alexa Bliss has truly had a hang up and said some mean things to AJ Lee and also to Nikki Cross. Edward Collins says, well, I'll tell you one thing, Taz says, the way it's going like these days, it is true. AJ Lee was the stead holder for Nikki Cross until Nikki Cross showed up. That was the truth. And another little truth was that Nikki Cross didn't get here soon enough for them to put that team together. And sadly, it's not easy. And that's the truth too, Taz says. Well, we're going to go to the ring now. So we got Alexa Bliss here. Alright, Alexa Bliss says, I know on Monday Night Raw, or Moon Day Night Underdone, I said some mean things to two of my good friends. To AJ Lee and also to Nikki Cross. I know that it wasn't your fault, your mistake, that you didn't come soon enough, Nikki. And AJ, I'm sad that I said you were a stead holder for Nikki Cross. And I'm happy you two are the TWF Women Team winners. So I'd like you both to come out so I can say I'm sad for the way I behaved to both of you. Well, and I do know that you two do know how to be. I know you two are skilled wrestlers, or you wouldn't be here. I'm a skilled wrestler to my own right. So I do want to have both of you need to come out because I got something I need to tell both of you. Well, we'll see, Jim Ross says. Well, here comes AJ Lee. And here comes Nikki Cross out too, Edward Collins says. Here's AJ Lee, Jim Ross said. Here's Nikki. Oh, AJ Lee can't stand up. Well, here's Nikki Cross, who really has a hang up standing up to. And here is AJ Lee. Might have to get them stands. We might have to go and give them stands so they can stand up, Jim Ross says. You're right about that, Edward Collins said. I know all about having to work with stands. You know, I know all about working with stands, Jim Ross. I got a stand holding me up right now, too. Yeah, well, Taz said, that is truly sad when you had to have a stand to stand up on. And this is shameful to Alexa Bliss, who came out to say how sad she was for the way she behaved. Alright, I want to say how happy I am for both of you coming out. Because I want to tell you both, face to leer, that I meant every damn word of it. AJ Lee, you were a stead holder for Nikki Cross. And Nikki, you didn't show up long enough. You know, it could have been Alexa and Nikki from the beginning. But no, you had to take your good time getting here. And I just had to bring you along because who else was going to have you on this show anymore? if it was not for me. Hey, Alexi. Hey, Alexis. That's what Alexa's short for. You're not going to say you're sad for what you said to us Monday, only for you to bloody say some mean things to us again. Nikki Cross said, that I'm not standing for. Yeah. You came out, you say you're sad. Once you get out here, you shift again, and then you say you're not sad and start putting us down again. I'm not. I'm going to have a fight. Yeah, and guess who I'm fighting? You, AJ Lee. Ah. Sad you can't stand in the ring. I'm not going, you're not go. So you want to fight me, Alexa Bliss? You want to fight me, Alexa? Well, that's just fine. That's good with me. Well, it ain't not good with me. We're not going to do this. But if that's what it takes for you to stop being a creep, then so be it. Well, this is truly sad, Jim Ross said, that it's actually come down to it. Alexa Bliss wants to fight AJ Lee. Ding-ding-ding. Well, keep in mind, Jim Ross said AJ Lee is a former FCW Divas a former WWE FCW Women's Heavyweight winner. She is a former three-time WWE Divas Heavyweight winner too. Oh, and don't forget about being a 6-time or 7-time TWF Women's Heavyweight winner too. Oh, and AJ Lee getting body slammed and drop kicked it by Alexa Bliss, Jim Ross said. It's truly sad, Edward Collins said, that Alexa Bliss has to seek to be a jerk, has to be a creep now, Edward Collins said, and say mean things to AJ Lee and Nikki Cross. Well, I'll tell you what, Jim Ross said. I'll tell you what, Taz says. I like the way that she behaves now. I think that's the way Alexa Bliss should have always been. Whoa. Ah! Well, here it comes. Oh! And now we got AJ Lee putting Alexa Bliss in her Black Widow or whatever hold she did back in the day when she was a wrestler. Will Alexa Bliss give up? Oh, no. Alexa Bliss does not give up. Alexa Bliss called it the Twisted Bliss. Oh! 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss. So Alexa Bliss has won this fight with AJ Lee here on Dynamite. And now Nikki Cross is coming to the ring now. This is enough, Alexi. Lexi, this is enough, Alexis. Alexa, we're all friends. Alright? You need to stop doing what you did. Beating up on AJ Lee, calling us names, putting us down. It's enough of that. Nikki, I think you should wear... Nikki, it's not done. Yeah, well, friends don't treat friends that way. Come on, AJ Lee. You are a bitch. And a creep. Well, Jim Ross said, what do you think about that? I think it was truly sad that Alexa Bliss would, say she was sad for what she did, but only called on names and put them down again. And then at the end of that, Alexa Bliss will beat AJ Lee here on Dynamite. Well, I'll tell you right now, Edward Collins said, I think it was shameful, that Alexa Bliss would start behaving this way. And nothing has shifted this week at all. I'll tell you one thing, Taz said. If anything did shift, and if anything, I'll tell you right now, if anything did shift, Taz said, it shift for the greater. I think this is the behavior, the way I believe that Alexa Bliss should always be like. You know, I believe this is the way that the true Alexa Bliss should always been that way. Well, that's just my thought on it, Taz says. Well, I understand we got Gorilla Monsoon, and Gorilla Monsoon now has Nikki Cross. Yes. Well, I'm here now, Jim Ross, and I'm going to be talking of Nikki Cross here. What do you think is going on between your friend Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee, and yourself? I don't know, Gorilla Monsoon. All I know is this is not the Alexa Bliss I was friends with all that time in WWE. Alright, something's happened. And I will say it's true. It took me a long time to come to the TWF, but I'm here. But no way. AJ Lee, she's not a steadholder for me. Alexa Bliss needs to say she's sad for that. And as far as what Alexa Bliss did in the ring with AJ Lee is shameful. But if that's what it takes to knock some right into her head, then I will fight my friend Alexa Bliss. And you know, Alexa, I will get you back, my friend. Well, do you sure hope that you're ready to fight Alexa Bliss? We did see what she did to AJ Lee. Oh, I saw Gorilla Monsoon. But at the end of the day, it's not good. Alright? I know she's been behaving like a creep. You know, like a heel. Well, that's not right. I'm going to get to the bottom of that. And if I have to wrestle and fight her, then so be it. Well, that was my talk with Nikki Cross, Gorilla Monsoon says. Back to you, Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Alexa Bliss here on Dynamite. And I hope that we will get to the bottom of this whole thing between Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee, and Nikki Cross. But I guess Edward Collins said all good things must come to an end because this is getting close to the end of Dynamite. Yes, it is, Taz said. And I tell you one thing. I think what Alexa Bliss did to AJ Lee, she's going to do the same thing to Nikki Cross. Well, it's all the time we got here for Dynamite. I'm Jim Ross for Edward Collins and Taz. We hope you like Dynamite, and we'll see you tomorrow.